Thank you for meeting with me today, Les. I don't know if anything I have today will interest you, but I will go through it for you anyway. I have a company that is interested in helping you lower your debt, increase your income, and lower your taxes. They specialize in insurance and annuities that help to save years off your retirement date. Then if you decide that this is of interest to you, I'll put something together and we'll come back and meet together. But today, Les, I'm not going to take any of your money. I work for Federal Financial Group, which is representative of many insurance companies and financial groups that has over $1 billion worth of assets and have been around for 100 years. The economy lately has been up and down. Our income has increased, but so has inflation. It's kept right up with that. And a lot of people are getting farther and farther in debt. Now I'm going to ask you a question, Les. If 100 people today retired at 65, how many would you think would be financially independent? I want an answer.
Oh, I don't know.
Take a guess.
Oh, maybe 50%.
Oh, that's you're really optimistic. It's only 4. 4 out of 100. Can you believe that? And what are the others doing? Well, some are moving in with their children. Some are living off welfare and Social Security, and the rest are still working. And you've seen them down at Walmart. Do we want to still be working when we're 65?
Yeah, I'm past it.
Okay. So the other day, one of our guys was in at Wendy's, and this elderly lady was down on the floor scraping up gum off the floor. She didn't have enough money to work, but she was working at Wendy's. So what our company does is we've got 7 steps to help you become more financially secure, and we mix them up and they blend very well together. And I'm going to go through these rather quickly, and if you have a question, stop me and I'll go through that with you, okay?
Okay.
And in the meantime, you look to see which one fits your specific need. The first one is inspect what you inspect. We have to keep a close eye on your portfolio and what you're spending to know what you actually need. So if you ever pull out a notebook and write down milk, $2.98, cigarettes, $5.40, and you get a real good idea of what you're spending your money on. And that'll tell you whether, you're spending too much here or there or whatever. But you need to know what you're spending because you could loosen up a lot of income by knowing that. The second step is manage your expenses. And you can reduce your insurance. You can raise your deductible. You can lower your refunds. They all help to increase your income. Now there is the debt eliminator. Now on here, Les, this guy has all these debt. Mortgage, auto insurance, credit cards, student loans. So we suggest that you take your lowest payment and pay that till it pays off, and then take this 100 and apply it to your 138. So you're paying $238 on your credit cards so they pay off. Now if you do this, instead of 26.8 years, you're paying it off in 13. So that's getting you out of debt real quick. Or Or you could do a debt consolidation with your home mortgage and do an interest-only loan and apply all that to your debt till it's paid off, and then apply it all to your mortgage till you're completely out of debt. Now see, here's a 15% mortgage at $17.16 a month for 15 years. In 15 years at 8%, you will pay $593.81. Okay? In this one, you put the 525 saved from the years, and you will only pay $700,008. That's a difference of $187 a month. The next step is develop an emergency fund. Emergency fund could be used for a transmission, a refrigerator, a washer dryer, and maybe it's for when you have to run your little girl to the emergency room and the doctor wants $500 before they'll look at her. That's an emergency. But it isn't that pizza that you ordered for tonight. That is not an emergency. Step 5 is to protect what you have. You know, there's a nice family of 5 and going along. All of a sudden, daddy's out of the picture, no more income. Who's going to pay the mortgage or the house payment, the utilities, the food, if daddy's not around and there's no income? So you should protect your family with a little life insurance policy so that if something happens to you, there's money for them. And they're not living under that bridge or at the rescue mission. The 6th one is what everybody likes. This is great. And if you listen to this, you will be out of debt quicker. And there are 2 things that we have to take care of when building these funds. And one of them is inflation, the other is taxes. Now, do you know what the rule of 72 is, Les? All right, if you take the interest rate, say 4%, into 72, that goes 18 years. 6%, it would go 12. 8%, 9. 12%, 6. So here is, if you had $10,000 to invest. Now look at this. 10,000, and here's the different years. In 65 years, at this point, you'd have 40,000. This point, you'd have 600,000. That's a difference of $600,000 just with the rate of interest. Okay. Let me show you different ways we can do this. And I need a sheet of paper, and I got one right here. Oh, that went the wrong way. That was not the front of my book. This one is. So, if we had 10,000, oh, I'll do this first. Where do we get the different rates? In the banks, we get the CDs and the mutual funds, mini bonds. They're guaranteed, maybe 2 to 3%, but guaranteed. Over here on the other end of the spectrum, we have the stock market, mutual funds. And how do they work? Yes, they go up, and then this 2008, they come down. They may go up again. Here in the middle, we have the index strategy, and it's the best of both worlds. It guarantees the interest, guarantees your principal, and has been earning 10.4% for at least the last 25 years. Now, where would you like your money? Right here. Okay, let me show you about that. If you had $10,000 and it was growing at 10%, the first year you would have $11,000. Second year you would have $12,100. And say all of a sudden the market tanked 15%. You would have $960. But in the index market, it can't do that. When it reaches this and the market goes down, it goes straight across. And when the market bounces back up, 15%, you get 12 because it caps at 12. And the insurance company takes the difference. That's where they make their money. All right. So if you had invested enough to have $40,000 at the age of 65 and all the kids were gone and your debt was paid off, your mortgage was paid off, how long would $40,000 take you? What do you think? Maybe a year and a half? Probably.
Mm-hmm.
There was a young man that walked into the bank. Now, this is not a true story, but it could be. He walked into the bank and said, "Banker, how much would it take me to be a millionaire at the age of 65? Now, the banker figured it up, and back there you can get 5%. You can't do that now, but back then you could. Banker said you'd have to have $1,640. Well, that man walked out of the bank and didn't save a nickel. Now, he's working at Walmart. He's one of the greeners. A fine young man, but he's working at Walmart. Now, if you do the 2 rules that I told you need to do, that would be $900 for the first one, 10% interest. Now, I'm rounding these up. All right, so if you added the tax factor in there, it would be $200 to $400. Now, you could probably do $400, right? If I'm working, huh? All right, you could do $400. Most people can do $400. All right, and all of these, where would you like your money? You want right here. So, let's get into this. The 7th one is estate planning. Now, you need a will so you don't go to probate and that your assets go to where you want them. And it's something very simple. It doesn't take very long. And you need to do that. Now, have you seen something here that would interest you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. So what I'm going to do is fill out what we call a financial needs analysis. I'm going to ask you a few questions. The first 3 or 4 questions are yes or no. And I do need a yes or no answer. I can't take a maybe. What do you see yourself doing in the next few years? What would you do if you're financially secured, independent?
Retire.
Retire? Is there anything you'd like to do?
Yeah. Play with trains.
Play with trains. And if you, did you have anything that you need to buy the next 2 to 3 years?
Probably have to replace some washer and dryer and stuff.
Okay, replace appliances. So, what does financial independence mean to you?
Live without working.
Live without working. Do what you want, when you want, and how you want, right?
All right.
Okay. Okay. All right. Do you think that this is something that you would possibly want to look at?
Mm-hmm.
Is there any other person that needs to help you make this decision?
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
When do you think we can get back together?
Shortly.
Shortly. Okay. And if I was to present a formula for you that met all your needs and could work in that $200 a month, is it something you would want to start today?
Yep.
Okay. Now, do you have any friends that could use this today
Yeah, probably so.
that you would refer? Someone that needs to get out of debt so they can retire?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Hall. We appreciate you. Now turn it off.